I was pregnant, and Dominic Dambana, ndinachoka ndinapita kukhala kwa sister wanga, and I'm now like, okay, what happens now? Because manga sakundifuna. Pano akundisunga no ndi sister wanga wambali yako bambwanga. Kwa bambwanga there was no relationship. Wandenga just because akundikumbuka tika cousin kanga kaja, because she's my dad's brother's daughter. Ndeti mapangana kuti sister sinanga kumalayo yeah, so kulu wanga eti Olga. She amangokumbuka tika cousin kanga kaja. Anakanditenga.
Did you ababa unasha wimba phone ndiweyo anazwa bwanzo ndi
ndinanga amba osaka anthu oti andithandize
amene
atandithandize ndiyemweyo, because Dominic wanted me out. He didn't want anything to do with me. So anazanditenga napita kukhala naye, and then I told God, take me, I'm tired because I think I've struggled a little too much. Now the reason why the struggle was a lot for me, because I knew I can have a better life. As you one in a way now you should understand good inside my heart. I know good ine what to do but ndimakhala makoti azi ndisakunamize ndisinakaibo nyumba. Entire when I come nyumba is because of the person that I'm going to talk about kumamaliziro.
Okay.
But ndimakhala mtimakoti azi manga kukhala nyumba yo no di enakulera ana na muntu ina tisa now. It was painful, you know. And so ndinapita kwa sister wanga naza not okay nemwina kapena maybe I'm doing this all wrong. So I went to God and I said, and remember that night ndinamba obempira nkunati ine ndi mama nkwala. I was pregnant and then I didn't go mama nkwala. That was my second attempt suicide. Ndilabanga I started crying. And then I actually remember this because I was on my sister's bed. Nimagona naipa bed limozi. Siningakunda kugona kuchimndandeka at first. And then makumbuka anapita onchiro and I was sleeping. And then I felt like muntu wandikumbatira. You know how muntu wakiwika papa nkukumbatira nkumakupanga ngati kamwana.
Yes.
I really felt that. I don't know how it sounds to people, but I actually really felt that. No, ndinkafuna kuma komano ndinkalia ndikanota ambuye nditenge, because the only reason why I was scared kuma mankwala was because of the pregnancy.
Okay.
I didn't want to hurt the child. So ndinamuuza nokuti ndinamuva ngati munthu wandikumbatira, but I couldn't see the person. And then while I was crying, I started crying. Then while I was crying, now on a Bible, ndinakhala ngati yonje nkuona Bible apo ngati pakuona yonje. Then I went and took that Bible and I went and read Kumambiro in Genesis. He is talking about a woman and a man. And then God said to me at that particular time, and I actually felt good God was speaking to me at that particular time, and he said to me, Gunanodi, do you know that every single right that you pray for, you already have? Every human right that you think you're fighting for. And I was an uber feminist that time. Did I feminist? Oh, pia.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was like, every single right that you're crying for, and I'm going to teach you how to be a woman, because you don't know how to be a woman.
Okay.
And that's when I started learning how to be a woman.
Okay.
On my second pregnancy. Ndinamba kubemphira ntchito zatha. I had worked ntchito maiko saje makambaja eti ndinantagwira kuti imveni, and we had made great impact. I mean, I had this convention that I did ndima president aku Malawi. I mean, that was the first time anybody like me had done something like that. Of course with the entire Veni team. But we did something great, you know. So ntchito ijata ndimakaba komo. I didn't have any source of money, and sister nga kungondisunga.
Okay, before you move on, maybe if you can just also share with us your experience. Mimba ya Juwili.
Yeah.
Did you regret? Like, how did you feel? Find out.
I wanted again. I wanted it.
You thought that would pin Dominic.
Yes. Let me not even lie to you, because if I lie to you right now, negudi. I thought Andy Wadira because of menenda wuzire. So I thought okay, this one now was different from the first one.
Okay.
All right. The first one was a little ngozi.
Okay.
The first one was ngozi. It wasn't something that I really planned. It was nice. As no tinabira auti tinaka mwamoa kena kono ito tinabwerera kumoa kucha tinangopeseka ndala ndimimba siningazoti zinaenda bwanji uyu achiwiriyo ndinkafuna and ndinapanga zezo noti uyu ndimuike ngati yesa akufuna ine ndimuchera
Okay.
ndimutengera mimba.
Okay.
Nakana 4 years 3 years 4 years angakangane mimba. Hey brother. Yeah, but for in everything God works for the good of those that truly love him, and he always does these things good at the lesson. And then that time was when God said and I hope this is going to help a few women out there. The first thing I learned was, what is this thing you're calling feminism?
Okay.
What is it? I'm not bashing feminism, don't mind you, but my feminism was toxic.
Okay.
It was that feminism. I don't need a man, but I want him.
Oh,
have you heard those things?
Yeah.
Most feminists, my single mothers, bitter. So we become feminists out of bitterness.
Right.
And I didn't know that I was being a feminist out of bitterness. So I don't need a man, but inside my heart, I want him. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted. I was really broken, and I really wanted a family.
And then you also felt lonely.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started reading the book of Genesis and the story of Adam and Eve, and then God taught me, every woman has a. Have you ever heard that verse that says, "Out of your belly shall flow living waters"?
Yes.
Yes. So every woman has a womb.
Yes.
A man doesn't have a womb. Now, when you read in Genesis, a man was told that the works of your hand shall be blessed. It wasn't a woman. It was the man who was told that the works of your hands shall be blessed. So whether I work or not, God doesn't really care.
Right.
Okay? What God cares about is my spiritual relationship with him. How do I know this? Because the serpent was a representation of the devil. And he told the woman that you shall be... This is a spiritual attack. You will have negative spiritual attacks towards you, but they will not hurt you. That's why uzangolumidwa. But you will trample on the snake's head. Ukamponda kuti trage beleza ndipange pa mutu. Ndikuti trage beleza ndiponde mwendo. Amene atapweteke ndani, amene apweteka mutu kapena pa mwendo. Wa mutu, right? Yes. So which means a woman has got the spiritual power to actually overcome.
Right.
If you look at it from that perspective. Anyways, that's the interpretation that I got. So I started learning, and then you remember that relationship I had, and I told you now noti Mulungu salanda chake anazanduza mphanga, but one itinasira ndini matininja. Tekuti yambe no part 2 ya ulendo wa 2.
Okay.
Ndima gona ine mwina 3 if not 4 hours.
Okay.
I would sit down, and I remember makandini swanga jagi. I would sit down nkukhala, I would study the Bible. Ine ndinaliwerenga Bible that season ya mimba ya ujini ya mwana wanga mwina katatu yonse nkumaliza.
Okay.
And I would have different interpretations from different verses. And so my prayer partner became my baby in my womb. Now remember the first pregnancy, the entire time
I'm
smoking, right? This pregnancy, the entire time I was praying.
Okay.
This pregnancy, the entire time I did not have time to sleep. Now because I wasn't working and God had humbled me, ndinamba zero ndinamba no masakano and ndikuma mapemphera ku agape. Ndinamba no mafunsa na ntuti amene ali ndi maganyo oti tikachape. Mpaka yeah, with my degree.
No.
Yes. Ndinamba maganyo oti mafuna oti ndizikachape because I need to have money. And then God is God and God is good.
Amen.
My mother, she just came, showed up, and I had to move mwananga anabadwa komano kuchipata kucha 19 niswangayo ndinasamuka nampanga adopt niswanga nakhala ineyo mwana wanga ndi niswanga tinapita kukhala kunyumba kwathu.
So kuchipata kubereka amene analiko ndi
niswanga basi
anali wankulu kwa yora.
No, she's 6 years younger than me.
Okay.
So I was 28 and she was 21, 22 when I was yeah.
Okay.
And literally ineyo this is going to be a little graphic. Like mwana anabadwa ndili pa wheelchair and my child popped, like it was like anamuwanka, and she was watching all of this. Manoti sana oni pozi ngati zizi ndo ziganza oti you know what I'm saying. So what in my graduate good even zamanyazi I think in here I don't have it. Sorry.
Because you're used.
Yes. I want a graphic. Close your ears, but yeah. So anyway, she's one who helped me anandilelera mwana anathandiza kulera mwana. Now niso anga anali at that time I remember she was, people were like alibe future amine sangaza kaija she just had an MSc. And me, I saw now, remember I had been praying a little too much. 9 months is a long time to just be closeted in prayer. So I was seeing life from a perspective of God.
Right.
So what people were seeing in her, I couldn't see this. And I was like, no, this isn't you. To the point where she had to move. Mimi agomuzunza ajoke gokumine gomimi amamulelesa mwana ajoke anajoka nkupita ukakha ku Blantyre. She went and started living with Blantyre.
What were you doing at this time? Because
nothing.
So how were you able to pay
I don't know.
Jani?
I don't know.
Kabena kunali njonda ina.
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing. I don't know. I can't explain to you. I don't even remember how I was making money. I don't know. I just know that I was making enough money for rent. And I was eating.
Okay.
I don't know how it was happening. Because at that time again, kenagono eventually niso angasana jogo nyumba banja lija ukulamba sokusokunigira. My mom showed up again. Bestie, where are you?
Banja ama yako namba sosokunigira jana anabweras.
Yes. We started talking again. And then I remember Dinabanga developed a certain NGO in my bedroom, and then kuna zabwela this guy called Alex Ihama. He came, Alex Ihama. That's when I started developing. Oh, I can actually host. Oh, I can do these things. And then and then my boyfriend at the time, my boyfriend at the time,
kachibwezi so ababa ndo mwana ni miezi ngati
amwene tangu imene yonde ilegeni imene mukalongo chache mana that's the there was no time. No time. Singleness, imagine the maximum singleness that was happening was about 4 to 5 months.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I see my video.
Okay.
See my video.
So this guy came and then mugulera mwana limodzi.
If that's what you want to call it.
Okay.
He was a liability. He was a liability. Kwa mbili. Because when I make money, I'm a gamwira. When I make money, I'm a nikase ndrama ya madaiba mwana I'm a gamwira. He was just a liability. He was just all sorts of crazy. Okay. And everyone else, because I was older than him, everyone else thought I was the one who was pushing him into this relationship. Oh. But trust me, this one, I didn't even want to lock him down. I didn't. Zwidi.
Okay.
Yeah. But, hey, yo, this one was, whoa. Inali sukulu ngati ndameko inali sukulu
mwana wina so
naito mwana wina nanka ngati ndiname
nanka mamusungiranji.
I was lonely.
Okay.
Okay. I was lonely. Yeah. So my mom's and I relationship is developing really well. Nimakha kati mwalilongo nimakha ku 49 kunogo. She was staying in Lumbadzi. And then their family isn't working. She takes my kids, my daughter now anatenga utakaleno now anapita ndi niswanga ngena kono pamene she was going to Blantyre. And then I was like ndibide ndikaone ine natenga ndachibweziwo. Excuse me. One thing is, my mom also had a cool side to her. I'm not even gonna lie. She had like a really cool side to her. Because I took Ndijibwezi Jonabida Unyumba kwa Mayanga. I mean, who does that?
Unalenga Jibwezi makakana
kwa
Mayango.
Yes.
Jibwezi no so vena bagi. Mara kukira kujibu. Mumaka nyumba iwe unasamoga kunyamula Jibwezi jo. Mayango ndikulolera.
Yeah.
Chimakala kuti nyumba.
I'm aware of anything. So guys. Komano at that time was when their marriage became crazy, and then that's when they started doing trying to get a divorce, trying to separate. And I was just tired of everything happening around them, so I decided go not in this video go essay. And then she was like, yeah, Pita to South Africa. ndiye uyasiyana anthu amapanga ngati izizi. And one of the examples that we kept giving was my older sister. She anapita ku UK, you know, she did really, really well. Yeah, and then she was like, iwe nkulu kwanapangapo tapita uthoka kwanisa. And she's always known my work ethic. I'm really, really, you know, work ethic wise, you can't question.
Okay.
If I'm not doing good work, there's something wrong with the employer, not me.
You make sure.
Yes. Inenga nisini kugwira ntchito bwino. Boss, there's something wrong you are doing because me, I know how to work. So anyway, ndinapezeka noti my mom. So one thing that you should understand is, my mom sama ndibasa chuma chawo. She had never said kunono kuti ndakugulira ko nyumba iyi chanjanjanjana. Anazangonuza nthawi imene kuti ndinagula malo ena ake ndikuona kuti ndagulise koma ndinagulira iwe ndi Vini. Vini is my late brother. And then I was like, okay, that's new. Nde tinagulisa malo aja. Titagulisa ineyo ndinatenga, I took some money. And I was supposed to leave some money with my mom. Inatenga nachibweza problematic aja ati ene leo gonesa kumafumu.
Temani drama anagula blori
ndinagulisa.
Unagulisa blori kutenga achibweza kudabusa.
Kuti ndimafuna no wapita mu South Africa. Nagulisa blori kuti ndipange ndama zopita mu South Africa kuti ndikapeze ntchito, ndikapeze ina kicho chita ku SA. Inatenga nachibweza siku lomaliza kuti tatiye ni dadi ndikagonese ni moyo wabwino ku mafumu. Nabanga haya gali mu red. Nabanga haya gali moto. Nagakwa anakandisiya bwino kubasa, anakandisiya ina kweni basi. Sebasi yimenda 2 days. Mene ndimafika ku South Africa. Ndinamsira ndrama ya mayanga. I left him some money. Kuti ndrama yo ukabase mami a couple of millions.
Ma million mnasa chibwezi yanunji.
Mene mafika ku South Africa anarasowa.
No.
Anarasowa ndi gali moto, anarasowa iyeyo.
Komano, okay, maybe kungofuna kuziwa kuti munthu yanaili kedoda bisaka idigale. Why would you leave millions with this your boyfriend? Why is it that you didn't make effort?
Again, I wanted a family of my own. And I felt good if I find a broken person, I can fix him. Machazimaiti matero. Ndikamukonza amene asintha. Ineni mazimva u magician.
Mwasa ndukasa investor.
Ndinali investor wamphamvu kwa basi. I invested in the man.
You made sure.
I made sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I go to SA. I started staying with my brother. Brother ngandi hustler say because ineyo nafika this room inalinga komwe inendi brother ngati makhala room ngati inendi brother ngankulu si brother ngangono. This is a brother that we're about 9-10 years. Yeah, indachepisa ndi age gap yaikulu wamva. Inendi magona bed labo magona bed labo. This is my brother today is a multi-millionaire in South Africa. Okay, we were sleeping in one room. We na bed labo.
Asking on behalf of people who are watching, Alex, is your brother single?
No, unfortunately. but he's a believer in a man can have multiple wives, so I support him.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. So if you want to be a second wife, depends on the inbox.
Connection fee.
Connection fee. Hey, that was a millionaire. So anyway, he took care of me. Ndinabezeka mpaka ndabeza ntchito ya nyumba.
Okay.
Ngata napili.
Degree mwaisi hapa meni.
Nzanga degree so nabe ntchito since mabezeka Malawi. Nde I went and I started working for this other guy called Odysseus Zakas. He was Greek, amazing guy. I love this guy. Let me give a shout out to Bertha because she was my girl when I was there. Okay. So I started working for Odysseus and ndinakhala napiliage for 2 months until he discovered that you're intelligent, aren't you? And I was like, well, umandipangira zinthu za admin bwino bwanji because iyeyo anayi equivalent ya form 2. Okay. Tikanati timpange measure munzeru anayi equivalent ya form 2. I've got a bachelor's degree. Now he anayi maspa, not masper.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know people think it's the SPUR. No, it's the SPA, the shopping one.
Okay.
You go shop the one with the green and white logo.
Okay.
So I know SPA ngapo here, and makago Lombardi. So Lombardi is like close to kuja Golden Reef City kuja.
I'm gonna say as well.
Yeah, go makago. So olemera.
Okay.
So anamba nduza noti ndikoze anaindi manyumba anani manyumba osati maplot ma estates. So anamba nduza be my administrator uzindipangira mabooks anga bwino every day then mampangira.
Okay.
Mukupanga zimene zijamunja ndinazapezeka ndapeza ntchito ku Tiger Brands Zen
Okay,
Concepts.
so unajoga pa anambewe.
Yes.
Ona ndo anzelu amba panga izizino.
And then I found this job ku Zen Concepts, which was under Tiger Brands.
Okay.
Yeah. So Tiger Brands, if you don't know it, it's a FMCG producer. Amabanga achina tomato sauce all gold you okay, Zambiri, amabanga Zambiri mbiri.
Okay.
Yeah, just go and research on it. And then I became ndinabwera kumari kuno as a promoter, as an administrator.
Okay.
First. Edi ndinamba ntchito ngati admin basi. Ndizi akapita ku field kuja ine ndizitenga nati okay agulisa dumu mungati tavina ata anthu amene akwena ulanja ndamala ndazingati basi bwana uja kuzandisiya the first one kuzadabona kuti ineyo ndikuchichirika ndikuthamanga ntchito zomwe amene apanga yezo I'm doing it even better than her. Okay, bwana nganale wankazi. She was like uzowa mimi tipanga atatu limozi and I want you to do the fourth one. We did the first one in Lilongwe and the second one in Lilongwe and then the third one she was like we'll go to Blantyre. Tinabelo Blantyre kuja. When we did the third one, she was like, during half the time, kani china njani, ananduzanta pitiliza. Ndinapitiliza. Kena wananoti, why on a report yanga imene mapangira utawibanga ndena muzoti I had never, now you should understand kunanoti while ndinapuza computer ndili mwana, but there were some things that I had never explored on the computer. Okay. PowerPoint is in my idziwa to the level that she knew it.
Okay.
Amaya anala kujoni analaki of course anala kudanga difu kuma analaki zungu mwamva. This was a person who chose marketing koma she had a PhD in sciences, two masters in science.
Okay.
She was a scientist, so amaya wanzeru nditu anandiputsa kumaliza PowerPoint chazodabwitsa ineyo mene mata 1 week I had mastered.
Okay.
Nimalemba ma report every Friday. Timati tikamaiza timapita every Monday. Timamba ma promotions to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday report amaino kaudandira. Then I didn't care mabanga. Panda dumiza. Anamba madabwana say. Ukundi challenge atu. Edi zinthu zikuyenda. Anaza ndo zanote ku Zambia. Nazapita ku Zambia. I go to Zambia. I don't know these people. But she was like, I trust you, Mimi. Go. Anaka office. Kunipisa ku field. Nakatamanga umene kuja. Ubanga moto. She made me a manager in Malawi and she made me a manager in South Africa.
Okay.
And then she was like, I mean in Zambia. And then she was like, baby girl, amandiko onda. Iweo, in the next 2 years, if you can continue this, you're going to be running this company. I was like, cool. Ndinamba pita kuma pitch meetings. That's when I learned how to pitch my ideas. And that's when I learned that's when I discovered Malawi doesn't know how to do marketing.
Okay.
Because I've actually been in South Africa. SA is, even for America, ama igomina when it comes to marketing. SA in Nigeria, they're the giants of marketing, advertising in Malawi. Ndinapita ine kuma pitch meetings, big companies, okay? Huge conglomerates. Inendi makala pen kumamuonea kabwana kakafupi kamuntu kake so this woman would stand in front of my giant akamama isa mene momo inendi kumaita nore and amana nati Mimi and amana Mimi we didn't get this one ndendi muza nati bwanji no I know basi ndoti anzanga ndimakwera ndege ineyo mamva
pamene popo wasiyaso zomafuna so love
yasha ndalama zikulowa love for the good ndimabanga ndalama iwe ineyo ine ndimakwera ndege ngati pali zaka zomwe ndinayenda ineyo nkukwera ndege ndendi zaka zimezi. She moved me from anaka ndisa ku Zambia I excelled, anaka ndisa ku South Africa I excelled, anaka ku Zimbabwe I excelled, kwamba kundiye ndisa namba nuwina anangofika pachona anati ineyo ndingofuna nozibangano za banja mphanga zithamangisa kampani
inu muli don't worry
mukumbuka the problematic boyfriend ndinakapempha kwa bwana unati ndifuna akakhale manager ku Malawi
diamond guy
chino chilipo tu komano it wasn't that important at that particular time. That's why ndinachikhululukira kodi ineyo kodi ndimati ndinatunga zosunga banja ndikati ndilisunge.
At what point did you reach out to this guy? Because when I know soa munamba kwenkhala badivo
and ndikubwa zamba uje natanduza no ndibwe kumalawi Zambia promotion nanga ndaba zisija ndeka
uli hayi
bese I had to invest in bank
investor guys Zango name jikoni what was so special about this guy?
There was nothing special about him.
It was just you, Guru.
I just wanted to have I felt ndina ndiana awiri univesesa so I felt kuti chomwe chagwambale ndiyo
okay bola muntu akukonda
yeah
ababa anaja ali ndi mastand
yes
okay moving on
yes now na sindapemphera kuti akhale manager kumala ina ndisamutsano kuno ndamba nokhano kunja anzanga nkanadziwa kunailika zoopya kuno. I'm not gonna say what he did but anandiyosesa ntchito
no
yeah anandiyosesa ntchito so I was fired.
Analophuzira bwino
Yeah, brilliant boy.
Okay.
But then also he was also going through his own stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Afterwards, because I don't hate him. I don't believe in such. You know what? I'm been a minute in about 1988. I'm been a minute in about from the late 80s, 90s. I'm been my if it. Tinali a journal to be some pains at
true.
So we're broken in all different ways. And yeah, his background and I saw this like that I'm not gonna mention here that today afternoon kula and just said okay Nya-Uyu inali escape yake so there's really nothing that we were two broken people and we just kept breaking each other.
Okay.
So mena nandisiya anangosowa ninkazwina
ntchito yata
ndili kunja izo ntchito sesadate ndili ine bwananga nandiyosa ntchito ndili ku Zimbabwe ine nkokakwera ndege nkomabwera kuti ndipeze mina nduzapanga negotiate ntchito njatidwa
anakubanga because of the same ujeni.
There was something that happened that
okay. A boyfriend wadana ali kuti waba
anasowa
okay
yeah anandimanga nabira polisi anandifusafusa what was happening janjanjani nakana mako maboza ina kumeneko nakana zina zoona mind you I'm still smoking
so baba widija ndo masuta be
yeah and
okay.
my cigarette and ndinaita khalisa nokunjano so cigarettes I would even smoke openly like okay. I didn't really care yeah except in front of my mom again I'm still very afraid of my mom
okay
yeah so ndabezeka nona andibanga ntchito yabwino ija
yata bwera so ba zero
oho
I think ina kwisa chachikulu kwambia Anthony
you know sindichinena kwamene akuchidziwa kwamene sakuchidziwa yeah then nabezeka nona kuti ntchito yatha ndinapita kukakhala kwa munthu sindimuchoti ndinani because the person who kept me was really good but she had a relative who wow
was this your friend or your
no
relative?
it was actually a lady who my mom always said was a better daughter to her than me.
Okay.
She would compare me like that openly, not even mobisaso amataona linende iwe ndi aibola uyu ndi mwana wa bwino uyu ndi bola ndikana khani mwana uyu she would say that to me.
Umamene sanali mwana wao.
No, sanali
so mbale wanu.
No.
Okay.
But she was really kind to me. Like I'm not even gonna lie. She was kind to me and anakandoleza kuti ndikakhale kwawo. And then nakakhala kwawo and nakakhala kwawo for noti I had incurred a bill ku lodge kwina kwake ndikukanika kulipira rent nyumba yanga ndinathawa ngakhala lodge kwina kwake ngabanga incur a bill kena kono kumene kokonso ka anapeza kuti akanika ndilipira kena kono nacho kako kupena kukhano kumene kokono kwa that lady amene anandisungayo amene anandiuza kuti ndithawakakhala kunyumba kwawoyo koma the problem was I didn't get along with the cousin that amana masunga komoyo. Okay. We just didn't get along. I don't know why we were toxic towards each other, but she didn't like me, and I don't know why. And but I just kept to myself. Ndimapita kuseli, ndimakasola jamba, ndilwa nyumba ndigona.
Okay.
That's all that I did. Komano we ended up timango peza kuti ungwamba and I didn't know why. Mpaka tinafika kuti nthawi nake tinasaba ngono kumenyana.
Okay.
Yeah, and for me I felt like as muntu osungera that was really wrong kuti mpaka ufika kuti amafuna umenyana nani, so I felt like you know what, I think I've overstayed. Now I'm gonna do this happened to me
but then before you move on I just want to know uli ndi mimba wamba kupemphera bwinobwino
ndinazasiya ndalama zinandisinta.
Okay, so ndalama zamba kubwera that's when nasiyano
for the who what has come Jesus for the why
ndona baba nezo kuti yamwene ndapemphera now let me live life.
Yes, let me enjoy drinking and the like. Pamene bono ndenda phuzana kumamo wano. Mokose kuja hayi. Sinimauziwa. Chamba ndifoja basi. Aba wano aba. Ndilamba no mapita no kuma John. Fano bananga umwe ndi unenako. Kana kama ziwano mowa. Nde
uonetseni
ala uonetseni mowatu udziwitseni kuti anoti mimi wabwera walo ali mkatimo. Yeah, so but you know I wasn't praying and then all of these things started happening. Remind me where I was.
Mwafika ku Malawi, mwapita ku lodge, mwathawa ku lodge, mwapita kwa sister wanu, mwaliwa kwa sister wanu. You're just there, you're stuck now.
Yes, ndinapezeka ndinafika no chino frustration no mafuna no dino sindukhala bwino pakhompa mwini wake and sikwa abale yanga. Because aliyese kwathu because okay, so this is what would happen. Ine ndikapanga chinthu anga would go kwa wina aliyense. Mimi ndi wapanga chakuti. So I was also ndimafira zilizona olo ndipite kwa mbale wanga. I'm going to be a black sheep. Why would I want to do that? Ndi it's better kuti ndikakhale munthu oti sakundidziwa. Now kwa munthu oti sakundidziwa already banga natankhula kuzinza mimi ndemuona. And literally mene ndikuyankhula mene undiona yankhope yanga zimwe ikupangala. Ndemuona ndovuta atu ameneyo hey akakhabwina bwino akayankhula hey she would speak like that about me, you know. So I was scared kumakhala ndi anthu chifani ndikanaona kuti anandipisira kale kumalo koseko solo ndikakhaleko. Yeah, so anyways ndaona ndazamba kundivuta so ndinembe kupeza ndalama nebecha ndinamba kumayenda wapansi ndimando choko 36 bwa mtown kuti ndizasake ntchito. Ndimenda ndika CV kanga kwendo choko 36 bwa mtown.
Ujoni ngose munasunge ku drama.
Anzanga ndikuzana kuti ineyo mene ndinafika pa khombana ujeni achibweza anasiya ko 70 kwacha. Mamva drama zonse zomwe ndabwesa ku John zonse zinathera ujeni. The first the first 2 months because I had to pay rent. Bana Maria za rent omwe tinamisa. Bana anasiya 70 kwacha bakhubo nkuthawa nkupita kokhala komwe anali nikazi winapo. Yeah. So anyway, so life ndinamba kumayenda mweta ntawuni ndinazapeza ad ya ndinazamvuina kuti kumuli brothers akufuna secretary. Ndinapita muli brothers yakukanengo ija. Ndinapita ndinasakasaka transport ndinapita ku ujini kumuli. Ndinapita no kwa ukumbwa ndinakuza kuti mnyamata wina kanaza ndisunga ndachoka kwathu ndagulisa zinthu ndinapita kwa mulu ndinanga muntulusa nyamata aukhauje amene
unamugwatira.
Yes, amene wokwata by force by thunder by fire uje amene ndamene no anakhangata anandithandiza plus another person that I'm going to mention here. Lamek Luhanga. Lalu.
Moving minds. Shout out.
Yes. He also helped me really. He really helped me. Napezeka unande amandipasa kuti timathukwa janjani. And I went and kumuli kuja aranduona muli mwini wake muli. When God is doing things for you, he does them strategically. Muli sabanga interview muntu. But that one muli interviewed me. And he said you're too good to be a secretary. Now you should understand, every job that I go and ask for a certain job, I'm always promoted within the same month.
Okay.
Mula ananduzano you can't be a secretary. I'm moving, you take a blunt time.
Okay.
I will pay for everything. Now, while people know bad stories about him, for me, he was a generous person. Okay? Ananditenga nabira ku blunt tie. Koma sabano mulino kugulira ntchito nokuchikosa gona kujano. Kuti ntchito timakamba 6 koloko, timamaliza 9 koloko usiku. Like you had no social life. You know what I'm saying? But my life started moving well. Ndikupita kwa muli nali ndisanasambe ndimakumbona kuti koma muli. Anasandoza nzikana wangu ngati wasasamba bwanji. Tabako office wanga utabwe. Anandibasa 100 and unibasa 100,000 ego. Takasamba takagula zinthu ukazikonze mutu mo che ukazikonze basi tima makeup muntu nzikana ndi wabwino iwe.
Yeah, now I invest
100,000 and he invested. Yes, he was like, "Iwe, you can't be my marketing manager and be looking like this." Ndinagwira naye ntchito for 3 months ngati ndiname. Muli analovuta anafika uchiona noti amakhanga bambu ako. The way he was vuta lingari bambu ako. And now you should understand kuti ndabangano develop no thick skin yo vuta ichiona noti I don't take crap from anyone. You can't tell me crap. Who the hell do you think you are? Wema ndi yankhula mbwambwa ineso ndibweza so mbwambwa wako uyo. Wamba? zoria ndinaisiyatu nanyamula laptop anandigula phone ya sharp latest at that time anandigula phone yabwino anandigula laptop yabwino nanyamula phone laptop napita nazo ndimakhala ndiniswanga uja ndimamutani ukumona mulungu strategy yako kuti ama ndi chess player
kuti
nisu jana musunga nyumba mwanga muja
pano anapita ku blunt
amene ankamuza takagwira ntchito ku Debonaires pano she has developed and she's now working for RK Plastics as a sales representative.
Oh wow.
She was supposed to be a tailor at Debonaires. Okay.
No levels.
Yes. Anakandisunga.
Okay.
When they said, kundisunga umana nsunga umeneko. Kwa muli kuchenda choket. The same way kananduza ma. Mumaziwa ujenidu ineo kuli kwina kwake ku Tropical Paints. Akufunako marketing manager. Inyo bajamu matatu nchiro. Zimesa mnai kwa muli marketing tapitani. Now what God did was muli anangobanga zona wanoti china siri mweni naluza. He should just give me back. Because I don't know why he liked giving me amango ndiba sandama indi basi nsika ngoti titsitsi tizovala
kuti nanga marketing manager zonika bwino
anzanga he's busy investing kuti marketing manager onike bwino but literally I stayed there enough just to look like this again. When I was going to Tropical Paints ndinaenda wabaso chokola machinjiri mpaka ku mmakuti kuchani kuja kuli maofisa kumaone tinaenda wabansi mpaka kumaone and kunali mvula ndinakapanga interview ndira nyowa. But my boss that time was like, no problem. He liked how I spoke. He liked, thank you to Phoenix. I thank you for this accent. Hey, yeah, sana mei. Like, chisungundu yomo china nigulisira nchiro. But what he didn't know is, ndine doro. Ndine doro. Anaza ndigrisa I was working for a paint company. Ndinandisa na gwire kwa iniyo paint sindi madziwa iniyo paint kuti amapanga bwanji sindi madziwa mwezi oyamba ndinakanika mwezi wayi namu challenge namuzara say ine ngati ndili mimi I'll make your company. It was the number ma paint company kumanayi kunoko si madziwika so tuka Tropical Paints nkandani ngajani so namu challenge namuzana ati ineyo I'll do things that you've never seen before. Trust me. Anandiganiza namuza no usingonimvera. Ndikakuuza chinthu uzipanga zomwe ndikufuna. Anavumira. Namuza noti face ya company sindufuna kuona sonkhope ya chimwenye. Anavumira. Yes, namuza I'll be the face me myself.
Okay.
Why not?
Like fine girl like me.
Fine girl like me, you shouldn't be the face. Then naya mbere pangono. Do you know I don't know? Okay, when I'm saying all of this, I want to make it very clear. Ndimakhandisa kudziwa chomwe ndimakhandisa kudziwa what I'm committing to.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm going to do it. I just have crazy faith in myself that I'm going to do it. And I did it. I built this company, me and my boss. Kwamba nomalimbano anthu ina ntchito.
Okay.
Kwamba umalimba ntchito anthu. Tinasegula shop kulimbi. Tinasegula shop tinamba usegula shop kai ku Jen pomwe pali electrade ku Blantyre pa Nya-Uyu Corner. Kena kunasegula kulimbi. Kena we put it in Build Africa. And then that's when my ADHD kicked in. I just left the job. No discussion.
Just like that.
Just like that. When the devil wants you, he wants you. I just left.
What is it that you told your boss the time you were leaving?
I just told him I'm leaving.
Okay.
This company ndinapita ndikuyenda wabansi. Mene mafika mwezi wa 6 anara ndigulira gali moto. Akwalipira nanga school fees ku one of the best primary schools. Ada iwe ana akupanga chine chichose. There was no reason for me kuti ndichokeko. Misalati chatoma ndimane ati jano. Ndinasabanga pop in. Ndinangosiya ntchito. Like literally ndinangosiya. Koma the good thing that I did again was I planted a seed. Niswanga uja ku RK Plastics kuja ntchito inazavuta namuzachoka bwera kuno ndikulemba ntchito kujeni ku Tropical. Ine ndikuchoka namuza bwananga uyu ndi amene atenge post yanga. She took the post.
Koma panebe reason yochokera.
Yeah, there's no reason for me to leave.
Okay.
Now I want you to know that through all of these things, don't think that I was a kind person. Ndinazunza koso anthu naniso because you should understand a broken person breaks people. Niso wange imwe ine akundigwirira ntchito amalira amene yuyu ndimakashadabula sikama ndifuna. Zomwe zijama ndipanga mayanga zija ine ndinampanga uyuyo. Kwambiri so.
So it's like you were broken and now you're bleeding on innocent people.
Oh yes, I bled on her badly. To the point where the time that I was leaving Tropical, me and her were not talking to each other. Namutawangisa nyumba. I was alone. I didn't even know where I was gonna get my next money, but I chased her. My mom knew that I think I'm going crazy again. Anabwira nazarengana. anazangu atengano, and at this time chifati timalanda anana chetima awatenga ndi awatenga. At this time ndinaza khabaso with myself, and I knew not okay, there's something very wrong with me in my head, because kuchanko nabanga study psychology, and I started reading about psychology because ndili ku primary school Phoenix, because there was this other case that I found while I was ndimakonda ma movie kwambiri, then now na movie ina yake I don't remember it, but it was the first ever case of multiple personality that was studied, and I thought I had multiple personality because nikada wana ndikakha ku school makha muntu wina kaka kunyumba. I thought I had multiple personality, so I was trying to understand myself, and I think that's what helped me. Chifona noti adapita no jeni, it was just adapita no niswanga alese no abided andisia no ndekandeka nyumba moja. Number no, there's something wrong with me, this is not on. Number mafuna so zipa.
Okay.
Yeah. I became lonely. I wanted to die. I lost money, and now have you noticed the pattern? Kudi
wave.
Yes, I'm going up and down and up and down and up, and I'm not stable. And then again, God in His faithful ways was like, "No, you're not done, baby girl." Good times. I had a friend, Victoria, anango ndira na mimi tabwera kunoka upanga ma interview. Sana mori nalimbira. Anandira nabira umene kuja nadruza kuma interview kuja ndinakhonza eri the good thing.
Okay, usana figure gogo.
Yeah,
my baby daddy was there ababa mayankhulana kuma mayankhulana
Dominic
kuma oyambirira ai. Okay.
Yeah, but so
good times
and itinga. I'm excited again. You know, I start overworking. By 6 months, I'm getting myself an award. I become that story now that came out with the micro mini. Micro mini na faraga chaga turuga.
Guys, in case Maywana, there was a time she was on TV.
Yeah.
Anavaga mini ndena zungulira tupena paliposa mwene kulisika na mene ya kupaso da wisa done sazankadi and all that. So she was making rounds on social media and they talked about it. I think it was muna 2 days. Una gwedeza Malawi.
Kwambiri. I was looking at somebody, and then I would not nikanza mukamba zindu single mothers ugwiza na jana. I was like, it's gonna get there, don't worry. And it was Antwana bwera amafuna ndiyo sasa nchiro, you know, but my bosses, they stood up for me ndinaka bobo. Now this is where I think now I'm gonna get into the life of a single, because the reason why I've mentioned all of this is because amene mukufusa fusona nkani zigwiza abanye single mother. Life doesn't start when you become a single mother. The pain doesn't start when you become a single mother. Always start from the beginning.
Right.
Healing has to start from kumayambiliro.
True.
Okay? So nditapita ku times was where I was tested the most, because the environment there was a little toxic for me. Okay? Ine ndinazo mara jona ndi makala bwana. For the first time ndinainwa nchiro. Every company unaona kuti company sema kuuza makala manager bwana. Insini machedwa. Mango tata ndakakhala bwana. Tata ndakafika bwana. Ukuku ndinakhala pansi.
Therefore you, that wasn't comfortable.
It was not. It was not comfortable. There were a lot of frictions that I did. There were a lot of things that I did that I was not supposed to do, you know. But I started learning how to be a follower. Remember, I told you God said, I'll teach you how to be a woman. One thing that I never knew how to do was to follow, was to submit. Times taught me how to do that. It was not easy and it was not nice, but it taught me how to do that. And through the years of working with Times, there was some things that happened, and my PTSD was triggered. Like my depression was triggered, and I fell into serious depression.
Okay.
Ndinakhala no ziyazona nasiya no sindifuna sogwira sonchiro. Sindifuna banga china chijosa. I don't want to talk to anyone. Now, don't think unada abono ndeno zibwezi musafurikane nazo. It was just me as I would have a fling chani. Zibwezi not really.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm there. This is now 5 years. Zagaziazuguta 1, 2. Now Chagajata was when I was hit with the greatest sense of depression. Okay. And that's when I actually ndinazibangano. This is where I want to talk to single mothers now. Okay. Ndinazisekera murumu mwanga nkurenga mbaula nkurenga tumbala magala jonji. Okay. Nkurenga ma tablets siana nyumba mwanga nango peza kuina usomo intabezeko. Nawo ga ma tablet 100 yani ganda ambiri bwanji sinmaziwa. Ndinamwene nkwati nindi wena kufa. I'm tired. Because there were things that were happening at work. As I've told you, times taught me to submit. I did not know how to be humble. So times taught me to be humble. God does everything for a reason. The environment that he put me in was an environment that taught me how to be humble. And so because I was not used to it was like humbleness yopangidwa force imakangati humiliation. When they said so the humiliation was too much for me that I fell into depression with it. Then nakhala ziyezona noti basi nalwa mu depression mpaka nokufika no jana ndifuna nokuzipa ndi pamene mama na mzima kwaza mbimbi nkuzitsekera mu room nkuzikira mbawula kuti basi ndingofa. And then nditakanika kufa, my workmate, and I'm gonna mention him because he was the one that saved me. My workmate Zacchaeus Kasonda, and then he was like, Mimi, enough is enough. When are you gonna be this person that Alice hasn't got? You're crazy, you're wild. When are you gonna be this person? Are you gonna be this person forever? And it got me thinking, am I? And I said, okay, God, you know what? Let's make a deal. Again. Because God is just. So he's okay. I was like, okay, you know what? I've made a lot of mistakes. So I want to get this right this time. I've lost my kids. I've lost, because and they haven't been with me for a couple of years. I've lost my kids. I've lost, as I've lost this. I've lost my friends. I've lost everything. What do you want from me? And I started praying, this was not for anyone because I didn't go to a church. When I was dependent on a church. This time around, Bishop Ephraim.
Okay.
Excuse me. He's got a ministry called Grace Life Ministry. I'm a bangila bafoni. It's not like now anangaja ringidwa as bambo Dominic. I've alienated him. He's been trying, but it's just not working for me and him to talk to each other properly. The other one, let's just forget he even exists. But and all of these things are happening. Then not okay. You know what, Mimi? But this time around it was just me. And I told myself, sacrificial prayer. And it was 6 months.
Okay.
So in those 6 months, what I did was ndina fasting. I've had pictures that I've shown you. And I started losing everything. Now I want to mention at that particular time manga natapita kunja ndina intapanga ngongole ku office ndi ngongole ku banki. Manga sinduzati tinayankhulitsana kena komanga apita kunja kasi sinduza chine chikanjani anangosiya tinayambana anasiya ndiyankhulitsa. She promised she was supposed to pay me back. She didn't.
But then okay, ngongole unadenga wathandiza mayako
kuti azipita ku UK.
What happened to all the money that she had?
She lost it.
Okay.
She had a divorce with her husband. When she lost her money, the husband left her.
That's sad.
Yeah, the husband left her. And then she wanted to go to the UK. I worked hard, got a loan from the office, got a loan from the bank, gave her. She left. She never paid me back that money. And I lost everything. To the point of now the poverty, it just became too much. Ndinathamangira kwa ndabanga suicide kuja Zaki uja namena ananditola ndathamangira kupemphera. Zach was just like a person that would just encourage, are you praying today? It was never like he was my ngati ndipemphera ndeuti I was praying for me this time. This was now okay, something is truly wrong. And now I have to thank my HR manager, Heben Gangoni, was the one who encouraged me, Mimi, you need mental health.
Our times.
Yes.
Okay.
You really need to get some mental health help. And then my spiritual problems ambokutuluka. Matter of fact, I remember hosting Castel Ibongetse while I was in that season. And when I no, I'm not gonna drink. I know I'm not gonna drink. Nabanga host this entire thing, bueno. The day that I finished hosting it,
Okay.
I stayed without a voice for a month. In this is a spiritual attack that I'm getting from this side. And I'm getting the mental health bombarded into me. Physically, I'm trying to get healing. Spiritually, I'm trying to get healing. And then ndinazapita kuphiri kumene ndinakapemphera ndinakapembedzeka ndamba kutuluka dzimakhololo dzimagazi ziyani. And then ndinachira bwinobwino anaja. Now ndavomerana kuti there's something wrong with me. Anaja, no, I'm not interested in taking them anymore because I know I'm not the right person for them. And I had to accept that I'm not the right person for them. I was bitter, and if you notice, I kept I was bitter towards my mother. Oh, psha! I was angry with my mother. And that's when I accepted and I need God's help. And in magani okhala mai wabwino chifukwa chonoti chinkwiyo chija chimapanga suffocate wina aliyense. Banja ndimakaniko opeza chifukwa chonoti nkwiyo uja umapanga suffocate china chilichonse. Now imfa ya bambo anga, imfa ya brother anga, I was just so angry. I had to get spiritual healing, mental healing from that anger, from all of these demonic attacks that kept happening. Deliverance took me about 3 months. Okay. And it wasn't me and the pastor, it was me and God. It was, and every single time I would be delivered from something new, and then I would discover, oh, it wasn't just anger. Uliso ndi mangawa, masunga mangawa iwe. Uliso ndi, and I was like, come on, man, zizita. It was going and going and going and going and going. 3 months inata, deliverance inata. And then I got in the habit of just praying. And then God said, my dear girl, now
it's the time.
Let me start teaching about what's coming for you. Everything that I've got today, he started telling me that time. You will find a good husband. You will find, you'll get your children back. Everything that you want, but this is your season of sacrifice. Now this is where I want to talk to single mothers. Tikasidwa ndamuna ajano, zomwe zimachitika. We have every right to feel how we feel. And the bitterness, you have every single right to feel that bitterness. But there's a season for that bitterness, and ikwena kuta season imene yoyo. Chifukwa yomwe chimapezeka unaona tukanika kupanga progress muzintu zina is because the bitterness literally blocks everything. Ine chomwe chimapezeka kuti and ndikukuza kuti ndimalemera kusauka chomwe chimakandigwetsa umaona kuti ukuona kuti ndimangokuza kuti kenako basi ndangosiya kenako basi ndangotere. I'm telling you, the devil finds ways to attack single mothers. All right? And he's going to attack those women to the point where you can lose yourself. And then when you lose yourself, you're not just hurting yourself, you're hurting the generation behind you. So me, I'm carrying 2 children. These are 2 generations. All right? Mwana wanga nkazi azabereka ake ana. Mwana wanga muna azabereka ana ake. And these are generations I'm hurting. And I'm creating this country. If these kids are giving birth to kids and kids and kids and kids, what is going to happen in the next 10 to 50 years? They're creating bitter children. All right? And then in the next few years, we're going to have a bitter country. So I had to accept the reality of Gunaguti. Is somebody self-love? Jani, Nisabange now. Ndikale mimi, amene ndinapuzira wa Bible. When the Bible said love, let me learn agape. There's a difference between this self-love that you're learning right now in this new age teachings and agape. Agape is an acceptance of even rubbish. Okay? I'm not saying now when I say not just because you have to love like agape, it doesn't mean good in the opposite. That's what I always tell people. Okay? It doesn't mean in that learning agape, because now I was mature enough for genetic. In that learning agape, I learned to say no. Because because I was such a person who wanted family, I was a people pleaser. Ndimango sangalasa wina aliyese ndimapanga zizoti andikonde so I would even hurt myself just to please somebody. Ndizimapezeka ndili muzingongole. So now I have nothing. Katundu wanga nyumba ndilibiretu nwete. Ndili kunchiro yabwino kuti anthu mukundiona pa TV ndiwapita anthu amene mandona pa
Celebu
mukundiona pa TV. You don't know kuti ndikuchoka nyumba moti ineyo. The only electric thing I have in my house is a kettle. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the only electric thing I had was a kettle. Ndimagwisa ntchito ni mbaula nayi maputuka angati mbali nayi nazo ziwiri. Nali ndimakapo. Nobody in my family knew. Nobody knew. Okay? And I told God, Ambuye neyo, this time around I'm not gonna run away from you. I'm gonna stay here And I stayed there tinamaliza. The last day that I was finishing my 6 months, my bishop came and he was like, ndinayikuphiri, God said I should come, I should pray for you. Sama kuziwa kwathu anana kuti koma mulungu andiuza kuti ndikumasule. This is the last of it. And then he's releasing you because he's saying mwamaliza kuphuzira. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna take it. Immediately he finishes praying. I'm busy watching my Facebook because sinanga kunchira kuti pasamaini saulele. I'm watching my Facebook. I find Dorothy Shonga talking about, and then Angel Gabriel, and everyone is laughing at her.
Oh, the story minute Dorothy Kingston.
How she met her husband. And then she's busy speaking. And then Angel Gabriel spoke to me. And the entire Malawi was laughing at her. Do you know what I did? I said, Lord, that grace is going to be for me.
Grace, yeah, Angel
yes. Gabriel. No. Angel Gabriel, that's between her and her angel. But I said, the fact that she got from Lilongwe to go to Blantyre and in one night met her husband. Ineyo sotu, ndikuzifuna, inenda roba nkudikirira. And I became honest with myself and my needs. Okay? Ziyazomati, I don't need a man. Ndinasiya. Ine mamuza inesonati mukuzandifusira ndikufuna banja. Ine ngati mukuzandifusira mukufuna kuti tibaye sana. Ine zoyesana ndekapitana.
Ine ngati mubwera kwa ine
ndikufuna chani kodi?
Banja.
And then in December, I had stopped hosting my shows because I was still going through my spiritual phase, the holier than thou phase. Because God is not that. God doesn't care what you're wearing.
Because if anything,
I was good. I was a good girl. So if I didn't have a mohawk. Didn't I like a proper like a proper round cut. We know it.
Okay.
And then in December, I was told, ndimabanga host every New Year's. Ndimabanga host in Dineo. For the first time, my bosses are like, ugabange ku Amaryllis. I'm like, okay.
What was that?
New Year's.
Okay.
New Year's. Big white party.
Okay. Imagine go Blantyre.
Yes. Where did Dorothy meet her hubby?
I'm a white party.
Yeah.
Amaryllis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where am I going to host?
Same venue.
This is the second year now.
Okay.
Now everybody's busy with Dorothy. And I've claimed that, okay? I'm now going to host my white party. Kumene kuja njonda ina yake nandiona. Ine sindinayione. Adaina yake kumene kuja nandiona. Ine sindinaone. Okay? Ndaona daja. Anduona daja. Ina dabanga host. He was like, whoa, okay. I like this girl. A couple of weeks go by. I'm hosting Jai Banda's birthday.
Okay.
This guy, I don't know if he came through because of me or what, because he doesn't, now that I know him, he doesn't go to places. I don't know if it was also God trying to push him towards me that time. He comes, and actually, and a couple of people to Macheza. Yo janaza tidusa, nkupeleka moni. Edi? And me, I was busy feeling myself, and I was in that season where you can't be telling me, I'm in a season where I want a husband, not just a boyfriend. So, who do you think you are? Just busy saying me. But I somebody hi. For the who? No, I'm gonna kumbali asisi. Zanga inu. Iwe komani umbuli rubena. Dude, Eddie, I'm coming from praise. So I think this guy was like, okay, this idiot is not going to formula this. So he searches and searches and searches, and he finds me on Facebook, and then he's like, hi. Inayo antundanga hi ba Facebook sinu abanga ujeni. This person says hi to me on Facebook. Ndinalibe phone ina indika ZTE in time. So the only way I could communicate with people was through my laptop online.
Right.
He starts chatting me up. And tamba ucheza ndaindika MiFi. So tamba ucheza pa ujeni pa Facebook. Ndinadabwe ni mpaka usiku mpaka ma hours lake and then he buys me airtime. Ooh,
what's happening?
So
what's going on?
Sinasora muno ndipangira zinthu.
Sinanga nyonda munala investor.
Yeah, if I invest on pound. And then so this guy, he buys me airtime, and then he asks me a question like, kodi bacho watu ulibe phone? And then in my head I'm like, yeah, ugagula phone. Hey, week 1, week 2, goda njonda inja. Ndungo chati isabasa mango fusa. I go and decide that I should go and buy this phone that I have right now. Ichiji musajipange ndichijanjani it's
okay.
So another said, I buy this phone and then I'm talking to him. And I'm talking to him and then he goes like, wagula phone. Ndinakupangira order phone ina. I wanted to surprise you. But anyways, I'll just pay for that one. So what's gonna happen? Basi namuza. Hey, antigulira phone. Hey, he literally asked me, he was like, I want you to be my wife.
Okay, so you meet this guy.
The first day he told me, I want you to be my wife.
Maybe as a girlfriend.
No.
Okay.
I want you to be my wife. I don't want you to be my girlfriend. I want you to be my wife. And I said, no. Because, it was just weird. I liked him a little too much. So I didn't trust the butterflies.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a little too, it was happening one beady. So I was a little weirded out. I liked him, but it was weird. It was going a little too quick.
Okay.
And then one day guria phone ija, and then guria pa 12, if not 13 February, pa 14 February ndina mufusira chibwezi ineyo. Another ndifusira gale koma ndisinagana. And then nango mufusira no ndine nana, would you like to be my boyfriend? Anango sega.
Big shout out to Jamzang. I see you.
Okay. Anango sega. And he just laughed and then but then I knew you know.
Alright, let me just send my shout out Alabama.
Okay.
Monistar, shout out to you. Walesungu, I see you. Happiness, I see you. Alright, baby, moving on.
Yeah, okay, cool. I was looking at the time. Oh,
I know, right?
I know. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
So anyways, I asked this boy out and he just laughed. Like, I'm not gonna like, that's the kind of person that he is. He just laughed. He was just like, this crazy person. I'm sorry, baby. So I inayo ndimafuna no sina ngalo namba no not adawa kanga ndabu ino wambiri. Ndikumane now. We should eat.
Chop chop.
I should be eating.
Chop chop.
Quick.
Okay.
So that we should seal the deal. Now this boy. Oh my God. Oh my Jesus.
John died.
No.
He said no.
Yes.
Shout to Jonda vibes.
He avoided me like the plague.
You wanted to be chopped, and he said no.
Dude, this time around, I was like, I want to lose weight. Dude, none of you guys know the blunter place. Gym. Guys, anyone online who knows the gym that is expensive,
okay.
The only thing I can say is it's really kumapita. He paid for that place for me.
I go, baby girl.
Baby girl. So where's your daddy? Just a phone kuona.
Oh, time mango just about online
online.
Phone.
You know, he's bought me a phone. He's doing all of these things. He wants to con me.
It's too good to be true.
Yes. So it did, because it did makes. Do you understand how much toxicity I was used to? This was too good to be true. Like when you're now single mothers, when they get into healthy relationships with healthy men, what happens is we start conning ourselves into creating toxicness in that relationship. And zanga namba kumupakia zibwenzi, ndi namba kumupaka kuneti iwe ndio ndinkazi wina, koma chibwenzi tu matatu wiki na iliyose.
I think on that, I think you're right. A lot of people that have been broken.
Yes. Yes. And the funny thing about him is he rarely gets I think he in our relationship. So he travels a lot. This is why you don't want to sleep with me, because there's somebody who gives you sex somewhere. Dude, I had so many reasons for Ujen, and he was just like, okay. He comes and he keeps asking me, go to Macau, Digo. Now you remember when I Nyumbangano City Boboet, it was not a good place to bring anyone. So I was always telling Garufma romantiza in a hotel.
Sinaze kuti umakhala patipo.
Mene ndimaonekera pasi mene ndimaonekera chochi.
Ndimaonekera
Kuti
aso.
ndikuze kuti ndimagona basi. Ine mungakhulupirire.
Izo
Ndimagona basi. Ndimamuna abwere. I'm busy forcing him to come and sleep with me, come and sleep with me. Ndizangonesa ba.
Pasipo.
Ndizangonesa kwa bwanji mamuna akune kuti ndiwandalama uyu.
Kate mpiwa pakakomenti ati timakhala tinamva kuwawa. So aunena kuti
yeah, that's very true.
Bitterness.
Yeah. But also I think it takes a real man to actually, because it commands at the same time. Remember, God took me through a season of let me teach you how to be a woman, and then let me teach you how to be submissive. So with him, in spite of good I had my toxic traits, I was always submissive towards him.
Okay.
All the time. Ntawi zonse. Ndimavomera kupepesa, ndimavomera kuti ndigonje, ndimavomera kuti, and I told myself anandifusa kuti ndikhale mkazi wake wabanja osati chibwenzi. So olo ndipange zinthu zamisala, I would always try to fight kuti I should be the little one in the situation. Olo ndifoile, I would always try to, and he never abused that. He has never abused that. The fact that I'm gonna say kuti ndimafuna ndipange uja, I ask permission to do things. Even to come to this show, I had to remember I told you kuti I can't come. I need to ask him if I can come.
Yeah.
And he had to actually say, yeah, you can go and do it. You know, he supports my art, he supports everything that I do, but I just can't do it without his permission, because he didn't ask me to be his girlfriend. He asked me to be his wife. Okay.
Right.
So he came madzidzidzi anaigunja anangobwera sana ndiuze kuti wasika ndege nkufika kunyumba. Azanga nakabisara.
Anaziwa kwa bwanji.
He had a cab.
Okay.
So the cab guy that would take me. Ndifana ambano nonse ndikono mkazi wa bwana. Mapita kuchula bagali mungu. Nasiyo kuda uje. Yeah, siyo kuda kabaza. Mapita pa taxi.
Ababa mbokhala nobwino.
Yes.
Okay.
Sinanga he was at that time now ambano wabangano ziyano zona he was really supportive. Kwambiri.
But now this is my woman.
Yes, kwambiri. He actually calls me that. Hi, bye. Yeah, so anyway,
Ababa mayango wenkrana now?
No. Manga nasi ndiya 5 years ago. Not 5 years ago, since she left for the UK, she has never spoken to me.
Ana ali kudiwo.
All
this time anakuti ana ali kudiwa baba.
Ana nayi kwa mayanga kena kwa manga. I don't know if she did to spite me, or I don't know if she what anakasiyana kwa mayao.
You won't go to UK.
Yes, and
Okay.
then and then let's I'm not gonna
Okay.
I want to run from that. There was some complications, there were some things that happened. Anyways, so he comes kwatu ndinatawa ndimaita manyazi, and then he's like, hey baby, don't worry, it's fine, I don't really care, I'm not here for the house or whatever, this is just materialistic. I think you're a great person. No, but I'm like this. Yeah. He's like, yeah, it's not like I haven't noticed that you're clingy. You're uber clingy. You're a little psycho. But all those are broken traits that you can heal. I don't have to do it. You can.
That's a mature man right there.
Yes. He was saying, you can do it. And I'm going to stand right here. I'm going to wait. Don't worry about it. You can do it. And you know, the thing about it was, amanduza vuto ngatilero. And was okay, baby, I promise I'm gonna change. And then I had never cried for a long time. This man, every single time he would tell me a problem, I would cry every single time. And what I didn't know was I was healing. Kulira gosekuja ndibakauti ndikuchosa no mikuyo ndikuchosa my hurt, my pains, my journey. Every time we had a fight, I would cry, to the point where we got to a place where it was just smooth. Like life with him is, or even if we have a fight, you know, umazoa ndo oyamba na maulemu. Koma inyozo mumna yankwazisa unabangi bwine koma ngoti inyo like literally bruh, you know, I don't even, you know, sometimes ndima kala ine ndikamambana naye and I'm like, how are we even doing this? You know, yes, yeah, like it's like, yeah, koma no mene muna ndiyankhula much, and literally I will not call him Iwe when we're fighting, because I will not want him to be under me. Still in a fight, he has to know that you're the man.
Say that again.
You can't be under me. You're the
There's
man.
one thing I think is what you have said. Good, this other video came on my timeline. The Uber Angel.
Yeah.
Anabanga popa mdama nazo gudi. You know, women, they need to learn to be women.
Yeah.
You can't address your man, because a man is like a king.
Yes.
In marriage, that is.
Yes.
Woman, of course, my king and I, they have traded their crown.
Yes.
It's like they have removed their crown.
Yes.
Now they're acting as if they're not kings.
Yes.
We're in a generation where even men now, they don't want to be men.
No.
And now women, they don't want to be women.
We have very masculine women.
But
yes.
as a man is designed to be a king.
Yes.
So kings, you don't go to a king and just say...
There's never a king. Never. Even to approach him. Like even in Enduguze, even to approach him for... There was a certain sentence that he said to me, Ninkaona ngara undizunza nana noti nikana ezo mama panga zobena mama ngisori ndizikuwa banana noti there's no way ungakhala nkazi wangu samanduo bako. No way. Then what is this? Then let's just stop this altogether.
Yeah. And
I was hurt by that sentence. And I go, you remember I was a feminist. That sentence hurt me. Today, I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way you can have a husband and not fear him. Somehow. And I know a lot of women are going to be saying, no, because a man has a certain... There are things that I'm not gonna try to teach about what a man should be, because I want men to tell you what they want from you, because men are different. But what I can tell you generally, we've got a spiritual power that gets more powerful in the home the more you empower your husband. Okay? So Ineo, he built me up so much to the point where spiritually, he would tell me every morning. Can we pray?
Okay.
So this man is he's just like putting me in my place. Now he's spoiling me, he's doing everything. What he did for me was and I remember 9 the next morning I went and moved into a fully furnished house.
No way. Kuchoka mukakotazi koti magona basi kabe mashakwaira natoza kusosoleni.
Yeah.
He told you I'm asking you out not for you to be my... Oh my god, I'm getting emotional. I'm asking you out not to be a girlfriend, but my wife.
Yes.
Everything. That's powerful.
That is.
It can only be God.
Oh yes. And the good thing about him is when I tell him all these crazy things that I'm saying, he would always he doesn't, even if he doesn't want to believe me, he allows me to think the way that I think without bashing my thinking. Because I always tell him, I believe in God in a crazy way because he's done crazy things for me. Like even what you have done. I mean, you know, this was God, this was angels speaking to you, pushing you to the level of and with that, God started giving back everything I'd lost.
Right.
You know, my job was not working really well, but all of a sudden everything started moving really well. Remember, my job became a place where I had to learn how to be humble. Everything started moving smooth. Everything started moving fine. My kids that I had lost, all of a sudden, my office goes like,
okay.
You know, my kids were in Lilongwe. And I'm like, oh my God, Mamuno Jazandigana. He's like, no, baby girl, those are my babies as well. I'll take them. And you know, he starts doing all these things.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you're just tuning in, my name is Felicitas Nya-Uyu. I'm looking at the video. Yeah, on Facebook, that is. Are we still on YouTube? Wagwan YouTube family. So on Facebook, but then maybe just moving on. I don't know. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't change the dial. I know, guys, I'm having a great time.
Okay, now you already know. Great in the building. K on the track. Y'all know what time it is. But you ain't not told. kale. I got you now. Since that's all I can do, that's all I can do. I've been praying for you, searching for you. You're my pride. Okay, best for the now. Ngiyakutanda ntombazane wami, ngiyakhumbula ntombazane wami, ngukuthe mama.
What's good? What's happening, beautiful people? All right, Facebook ababadeza aphonya azamalizisa more about YouTube. Mimi mwina tingomalizisa good now.
Yeah.
To single mothers out there, you know, there's one thing that I keep saying: a lot of people are bitter.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, Facebook people, welcome back. I really love how you people are very attentive. You're listening to this story. I know you've learned a lot of things. And now we are going to the last segment. This story has been, you know, I feel like
Yeah.
this man anabwera in a way with love.
Yes.
You know, most people my single mothers ama victims ashoka kukuwavutika awakaso mujibwezi akakumanda amuna so kuti now they're judging them.
Yeah.
Because healing takes time.
Yeah.
Or changes takes time, but
Yeah.
people are not, they don't have to be patient.
Yes.
Kumudikira kuti nzangayo asinte. Or what's the story?
For me, it's you should know who loves you and who doesn't.
Right.
It's just that simple. Because if you're with a person already, okay, because I think it did Africa Mama because that's where we are today. Okay, this is the person that I'm with. This is the person that you're seeing me today because of him.
Right.
Right. He is the person that he's my world. He's my everything. Before everything on this earth is him.
Okay.
Okay, I don't care what people say about it. That's what it is. Before China Chili Jose, before Wina Aliense, comes that man.
Okay.
And Sinwa Monesa Uguru, because my life is public and my life with him is private.
Right.
Yeah. So as my Amenama Kama single mothers, there's a reason why I've mentioned all of these. So it says all of this time. Number one, healing is going to take you through steps. Okay, this is something you should understand. Now muntu amene ali mu step 1 ya healing sungakafikire habi.
Yeah.
Because if you understand, the first step that I had to learn was to relearn how to become a woman. Remember the first time I told you, the first thing I had to learn was kuti nkazi ndindani pamaso pa mulungu, nkazi ndindani choyambirira. Chachiwiri panataso zakaso zambiri was kunena kuti humility mbanja ndikakhala motani. Chomaliza is now how to create my reality. Right. Because I remember the first 3 months was Deliverance, and then the other months was God telling me, this is what's going to come, baby girl, let me teach you how to bring it to pass. So was how to create your reality. So now let me talk to the single mothers. I was sharing that story to you because some of you say, I've been raped. I've been abandoned. I've had everything left, right, and